Currently, I'm doing a speed test with Wifiman using the UC7 Pro with an iPhone 16 Pro Max. Currently, I'm at number one, if you see right there in front of the AP, and these are the speeds that I'm getting approximately, which as you can tell is not too bad. Currently, I am on Spectrum with a 1 gig down and 30 up, and as you can tell, I'm getting a little bit over 1 gig down and 40 up. And here it's testing the Wi-Fi speed in regards to the connection between the iPhone and the AP. As you can tell, I'm getting a little bit over a gig in download and upload. Next, I'll be in the bedroom, which is still the clear line of sight in front of the AP. Number two is going to be the next test. As you can tell, as I'm doing this test in the bedroom, which is right in front of the AP, once again, if you look at the screen, number two, that's where I'm at. These are the current speeds that I'm getting with that U7 Pro using Wifiman. As you can tell, the speeds are still pretty relatively good in comparison, so it's not too bad. At the end of the video, I'll do a side-by-side comparison with the numbers and post them up there. As you can tell, got almost a gig down and getting a little bit over a gig up, which still isn't too bad. Keep in mind that I'm about 30-ish feet away, give or take, from the AP. This is currently the settings that you see here. Next will be in the dining room. There's a little bit of obstruction, not too much because of the wall. As you can tell, I'm basically between the kitchen and the dining room. It's open area floor plan, but like I said, since there's a bit of the wall right there, right in the entryway, it's kind of line of sight, but kind of not. As you can tell, I'm still getting pretty good speeds, a little bit over a gig down and about 40 up. And currently the Wi-Fi speed down is close to almost a gig actually, and the upload here, as you can tell, is a little over a gig, which is not too bad actually, as you can tell based off of the speeds here. And then, so next I will be moving to number four shortly after this, which is basically going to be right in front of, actually in the kitchen, my apologies, in number four. So I'm basically between the kitchen and the laundry room, which still kind of has line of sight of the AP, but obviously the cabinets and everything are obstructing a little bit of the view, and then so is the wall there, as you can tell. I'm still getting the full pretty much down and up, but as you can tell here, the speeds in regards to the Wi-Fi dropped just a little bit, not too much, honestly, not too drastically. As you can tell, I'm getting about 800 down and about 900, give or take, up, a little over 900. So still not too bad, honestly. Keeping in mind at this point I'm about 40-ish feet away, a little over 40 feet, closer to 50 feet away in the kitchen area. Next, I'm going to be in the bathroom. So there's basically a couple walls in between, and obviously the shower and the tile head, all over in the bathroom, obviously. So that's currently where I'm at. So there's at least two walls in between, roughly. And as you can tell, I was able to get most of the download off the internet. Is basically, testing the unit there. But on Wi-Fi, I got about 700 down and close to, let's say 530-ish, 540-ish, 550 up, which isn't too bad actually if you pay attention to some of the readings on the screen there. Next, I'm going to be in the back room shortly after. That should be number 6 in the bedroom, which is I'm still technically connected to the front AP, as you can tell. Once again, this is the internet speed, which should not fluctuate. I'm currently the only one here, and the devices are on Wi-Fi. Is basically all my IoT devices, basically my lights. But here, like I said, I'm still connected to the front living room on Wi-Fi 7, and I'm getting not too bad, about 600 down and up. Let's see here, we're going to be getting about close to 500, 460, 470-ish, which isn't too bad, if honestly. Keep in mind that's one of the furthest rooms, and there's a lot of walls in between me and the living room, obviously. And the next one should be the final one, which will be in the last bedroom. Now, as obviously, since I'm walking towards the last bedroom, you'll see for a quick second that I actually switch. Yep, you see there it goes. It switched to the backyard AP, is what you saw. So as you can tell, where number 7 is at, there's an AP right there, which is right next to a window, as you can tell. So the speeds shouldn't be too bad actually, because as you can tell, I just switched. So down, keep in mind, since it's an exterior wall, it's pretty thick. I'm getting about 800 down and almost a gig up, since obviously that's going to be the closest AP there. So these are the speeds that I'm getting, which is not too bad, I believe, off of this U7 Pro Max. If you take an actual look at all the different readings from the feet that I was at, 10 feet, 25 feet, etc., you'll see the speed that I was getting in each and every single room. I'm sure you noticed in the video right now, when I was number 7, it basically switched from the front AP over to the back AP, which is why obviously I got better throughput and better bandwidth at that point. Keep in mind, of course, I didn't get the gig because obviously it's an exterior wall and it's basically cement and plaster, pretty much is what it is over here in where I'm at. And this, there's a window there, so obviously that's what kind of lets some of the signal come through. But as you can tell, the speeds still are not that bad coming through that huge exterior thick wall, and the AP being about 6-7 feet away from that window. Thank you all so much for watching these reviews and videos. I will try to come up with some more content in the near future. Thanks so much, and you guys have a great one.